When we hear the term alchemist, we are immediately reminded of the same old idea, that of people driven by greed, religiosity, or science, sought to make gold, or people who gave the basis for chemistry as we know it today. But since they were more religious than scientists, the only thing that we can take advantage of are the chemical elements they discovered, and not the philosophy they had. There is also the idea of people who tried to find the mysterious secret for prolonging life. For these popular ideas, expressions such as the Philosopher's Stone or of the elixir of long life have inspired movies, series, books, and songs. But the misuse of these terms combined with general misunderstanding presented alchemists in the quality of fiction or as the model scientists that should not be taken into consideration. But in fact, alchemy had a solid foundation. Sages from Greece, China, Arabia, and Egypt developed this art simultaneously, long before the 13th century when classical alchemy is considered to have been born. Instead of adhering to a public opinion about the alchemists, it is better to investigate, understand, and extract the truth from what lies behind all those symbols and illustrations they used to record the art they had discovered and practiced. The word alchemy is derived from Arabic, al-chemy, which in turn is derived from the Greek chemia. Chemia means to mix ingredients, and the word al comes from the Arabic Allah, meaning God. So alchemy is the chemistry of God. With regards to medieval alchemy, it is known that it was born practically ready-made since it expanded from the teachings contained in Arabic texts, which in turn have Hellenistic and Chaldean origins. Much has been said of the chemical symbolism in places, cathedrals, and stately homes, showing a certain adherence to this practice and philosophy. We always see this symbol of the vase, of Mercury, the sun, and the moon, and the need to cook. But the true alchemy that the medieval wise men spoke of was not only an external art, but something that happened internally as well. That is to say, inside the man. It is necessary to understand what transmutation is, in other words, to turn one thing into another. This happens constantly in nature. In the plants that have the leaves and give fruits, which can be turned into food and fragrances. In the earth that decomposes everything, generating new life forms, stones, and so many other things. The same in our body, which transforms everything we eat into cells, skin, blood, bones, and organs. The cause of this is the atomic chemical elements that group and organize, creating new things and undoing other things. All thanks to this capacity of transmutation that nature processes. And as such, in alchemy, transmutation is essentially metallic. This is also what nature does. She has deep down inside Earth a great quantity of gold, silver, mercury, and all sorts of other metals. It doesn't create them out of nothing. Based on the famous Greek idea that by knowing ourselves we will know the universe and its cause, the understanding that this truth reverberates even in one of the greatest Egyptian geniuses, Hermes Trismegistus, when he said that just as it is inside, it is on the outside. It can be said that if there is a metallic transformation outside, then there is a way to do it inside of us. We have to understand that the metals that exist in our planet also exist inside of us on an atomic level. There are 7 dimensions in nature because 7 is a number that organizes. For example, to organize music, we have 7 musical notes. To organize colors, we have 7 colors of the rainbow. To organize the days, we have 7 days of the week. And to organize the dimensions, we have 7 coordinates. Accepting this reality, we can conclude that the human body also extends into each of these dimensions. So the work of energy transformation takes places in all these stages as well, in mechanical and conscious transformations. The alchemists consciously proposed transmuting a large and qualified amount of energy that would allow a radical change that would transform the physical body into a more subtle body, completely transforming it. It was a real internal construction, and that is why they called it Magnus Opus, or the Great Work. For this reason, one of the famous phrases of the alchemists was to transform lead of the personality into the gold of the spirit. But from where to get this energy of good quality and potent enough to do this? So the alchemists turned their eyes to sexual energy. This is easily understood since the seed contains the energetic potential necessary to make a seed and animal life in general. It's evident that the huge potential that a seed has. If we take a look at what we eat, rice, beans, corn, sprouts, peanuts, soybeans, and many more. In man, the seed is semen, and in the woman, it is sexual libido. But how to release the energy contained in the human seed? The contemporary idea of nuclear fission is not new. The alchemists proposed this idea, but on a cellular level. The basic concept of nuclear fission is to split an atom in half and thereby release a tremendous amount of energy. If this happens with an atom, it can happen with a human seed as well. The alchemists realized the need to release this same energy, but inside the body, that is, inward and upward. But how? In many chemical drawings, we can see a man and a woman, always as a married couple. That is the married couple who drinks from the sacred waters. This is a direct allegory of sex, wherein the bodies are warmed together in love. Then, in sex, is it possible to release the energy contained inside semen and libido, and that energy can be used to make the great work. The alchemical symbols indicate to us all this process. Love and desire are symbolized by fire, the energy as gold, semen is represented as mercury or water, the energy ascending is symbolized with the 2 serpents, and as such we have the symbol of the caduceus. To study and comprehend alchemy and to understand the direct relationship it has with our body and our energies is fundamental for anyone who wants to find the way and the truth to take us to our liberation.